So I'm just going to grab the screen and I'll take you through this session. A couple of other points as well, as you can see in the pinned comment. So we have for this year, we're listening to feedback from exhibitors across all of our show. We've made some improvements in our customer service aspect of our exhibitions. So we've invested in a team that now manages a ticketing system for any issues that you might be experiencing around the lead up to the show, be that on the event platform or whether it's about the physical stand, needing to organize something, or any just questions or errors that you're having around the lead up to your show. The quickest way to get a response now will be through our ticketing system. So there is a link here. Basically, whenever it says contact us, it will pull up this link. It's a really short form that you fill in with your issue, your details, and then that goes through to our customer service team, who will direct and collate the information that's needed for your response, and respond in a timely manner to ensure that you can have as much of. Yes, sorry, Jesse.
Sorry, just to say you're still sharing the welcome email. If you were.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking through this bit.
Sorry.
I'm going to go on to that. No, that's fine. That's fine. So yes, as JC kind of mentioned there, once you've booked your stand, and you should have received, as the main stand contact, an email from noreply@ntmllc.com, which is an email that looks like this. So this will be your username and password to log into the eZone for Expo platform. So for those that we listening to feedback again, we simplified the user journey quite significantly from last year. So in previous years, you would have had multiple logins to the exhibitor zone and operations manual, and the diary system and event app. We have now changed that so that the exhibitor zone and operations manual is housed within Expo platform, which is our event app. So this login takes you through to the eZone. It can be shared with team members who need to help with the organising of the stand. It can be shared with stand builders as well if they need to get access to particular forms or particular floor plans. Then that can all be shared through here. And it won't have access to this at this stage. It won't have access to any of your meetings or any of the other information there. So it's really useful to be able to direct everyone to one place. So as I said, you'll get this email. It's got your username here and your password. If you click activate now, it will bring up a login page to our event platform. So you fill in your username and password, click login, and then it will bring you to this page. So it still says sign in, but if you see here, you're signed in on your profile in the top right there. And the place where you want to start your journey is on this My Dashboard section here. So if you click on that, it brings up your dashboard for your exhibitor profile. So this is essentially going to be the hub in these few weeks where you fill in all your information and access all of the content that you need at this stage. The main area here to look at is this exhibitor zone. So if you click on exhibitor zone, it drops down this menu, and I'll be taking you through each aspect of this over the next 10-15 minutes, and just explaining what each area constitutes, and what you need to fill in. So the best place to start is going to be your exhibitor toolkit. So we've collated as much of the information as possible into this exhibitor toolkit so that for you, organising your presence is all in one place. It brings up here, you can see these numbered sections on the left. These are all different sections that you need to read through, and pretty much all the information that you need from preferred suppliers, timelines, floor plans, health and safety. It's all going to be within this section. This is essentially our operations manual, which was hosted in a different area before, but that's all accessible through this area now. So once you've clicked onto your exhibitor toolkit, you can start to effectively work your way through all of these pages. You'll notice here there's deadlines on some of these. So there will be reminder emails when deadlines are approaching and things haven't been done, to ensure that you've got all the information that's needed at the time that it's needed, and it just reminds you that. I'll take you through the process of marking things as complete so you don't get bombarded with these emails as well. But yeah, it's just hopefully, again, just really simplifying and making it quite obvious what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. So the first port of call is this stand details part. So this essentially is where you will fill in your profile, but also check that your stand details are correct for your exhibition stand. If you click on stand info here on the right, this should all be pre-populated. Obviously, this is a test account, so it doesn't have the information here, but it will have your stand name, your stand depth, size, etc., and all of your info there. So you just want to double check that that's all correct. If there is any issues with that, or it doesn't seem like it's what you booked, then you're able to again click on this link here, and that will bring up the ticketing system that will log through to our team, and we can just double check and contact you and make sure that everything's all correct. Once you've done that and you're happy with it all, you can start filling in your company details. I mean, this is all a pretty simple process. Company logo you can upload there. The company name you won't be able to edit, so if you do need that changing for one reason or another, you'll need to contact the team, but you'll be able to add in your about us, your USPs, websites, all of this kind of information that will then pull through to your exhibitor listing on Expo platform. So that's the hosted buyer facing side of things, but it will also pull through to our main website on the exhibitor list there. So once you've filled all of this in, one thing that is mandatory, you'll see by these stars, is your product categories. So this is really important because when buyers are within the platform and they're going to the exhibitor list and they're looking to filter through their particular requirements, this is the one of how they'll be filtering that through. So if you click on add category, you can see the different options here. So product category, you click on that to drop down and you can select what services you provide. So not only is this something that buyers will be able to search through, it also goes into the matchmaking aspect of Expo platform, which isn't confirming appointments or actually making appointments, but it suggests people that could be interesting for you to meet with. And from a buyer point of view, based on their preferences when they register, it will suggest exhibitors that fit the bill of what they're looking to talk, or people they're looking to talk to at the show. So ensure that these are all filled in. The regions covered, obviously, where you operate. I know a lot will be global in here, but you can just select that, and your industries, etc. So work your way through those. Make sure you click save at the end of it, and it will populate your profile. So once you've done all of that, make sure you click save again here. Oh, it's asking me for a website URL, so I'm just going to put that in. So that should let me save it. So you get a notification that it's saved, and then if that's all done and completed and you don't want to receive any notifications around deadlines or anything, you click mark as read, and once you've confirmed that, a tick will appear here to show that it's all been done, and you don't need to worry about that aspect anymore, and you won't receive any information about any more kind of nudges or notifications around that. So that's probably your first port of call. Make sure that's all looking nice. At any time, if you want to check how your profile is working, if you go back to the My Dashboard area using this link at the top, you can click Profile Preview here, and it will show how your profile is looking from an end user buyer side of things. So you can always check there, and as you populate, more information will pull through to here, and it will start looking nice and shiny. So again, going back to My Dashboard and the exhibitor toolkit, you can now start to work through the actual stand setup aspect of this. Here is an absolute basically any information that you need for exhibiting at the show or for your stand builders. This is where it's housed. I won't go through it all because we don't have a number of hours, and I'm sure you've all got busy schedules. So, but again, things like the key deadlines are on here. The floor plan can be downloaded, so if you need to get access to that to share to anyone, you can do that. There's exhibition timetables, venue addresses. One really important thing is this vehicle booking system. So if you're a big space only stand and you need your stand builders to be booking in their articulated lorries to bring all the materials in, then sooner rather than later, if they can do that through this area, it takes you through to the Excel vehicle booking website, and they can book their drop-off slot to ensure that they can have enough time to build your wonderful stands at the show in the build-up period. Again, just advice is to work your way through all of this. Exhibitor badges and contractor passes, I will go through into a bit more detail of how that works shortly. But just as a bit of an overarching statement, you'll be responsible for registering all of your stand staff for the show through this area. It's really important that you do that because that generates the exhibitor badge and gets you access to the show. And also that includes yourself. So make sure that you're not just registering everyone else and then you get to on site and you don't have a badge, and you'll need to register yourself. But I'll go through where to do that and the process of that shortly. So again, just working through this, things like official suppliers, if you need to book anything extra for your stand, that's all housed within here. It will link you through to their booking forms or the booking systems to do so, and it's got a whole host of information there as well. Health and safety declaration will be something that will be needed to fill in. Again, all of these deadline ones, click mark as complete once you've done them, and you won't receive notifications around it and your risk assessments as such. And then once you've kind of worked your way through all of that, we've also got a stand promotion section of this. So this is basically tools to help you promote your attendance at the show in the run up to it. Obviously, making a song and dance about your attendance is really good, and we see a really good correlation between people that are active before the show and kind of meeting numbers and everything. So it's really important that you make a big song and dance around it. We have marketing assets in here, so that includes things like branded email signatures saying that you're exhibiting. It includes our logos if you want to design your own assets. It also includes pre-done social media assets as well, so you're able to kind of use those as you want, and that can all be downloaded here as well. There is a tracking link as well, so if you do want to kind of see how well those are performing, or we can see how well they're performing, you can embed that as well to make sure that we're kind of keeping track of all of that. Also, so working through all of this, again, we're working with Shout Out Social, which is a really good tool for kind of promoting some video content about your attendance. So make sure you utilize that. And then not most importantly, but make sure you're also following all of our kind of various social channels. We're really active in engaging with people on those. So in the lead up to the show, if you've got particular things going on, you're particularly excited about something, make sure you're tagging us in all of those kind of things, and we will ensure to interact with you as much as possible. And then the final two parts within this section. One is this data and scam warning. So unfortunately, like a large number of exhibitions, we get targeted by scams claiming to sell our exhibition attendee data to our exhibitors. This isn't something that we do outside of our normal sponsorship options. So if you're contacted or you find any emails that are promoting our audience list or anything like that, please forward them through to us or the team. You can find my contact details on the contact us page on the website. But if you forward them through to us, we will go through the necessary route to ensure that they are stopped from doing it. But it's just something to be really mindful of in the lead up to the show, because you start getting a lot of information bombarded to you from various different areas. So you want to make sure that you don't fall for any of that. And then lastly, the additional information section of this, just some more good to know bits around sustainability, but also just around the kind of timing. So you as an exhibitor will be able to see your diaries on the 12th of May, your appointment diaries. Obviously, I've got the training on the 13th of May, so I can talk you through how to manage them and everything then. Hosted buyers will be getting access around the 30th of April. Yeah, it's just making sure that you've got all of your information up and running before then to ensure you maximize your meeting opportunities. So once we've gone through the exhibitor toolkit, I'll just take you through some more areas of the e-zone that are quite important. So just clicking back onto my dashboard and then onto this drop-down menu. You can add more content onto your profile in the form of videos, content, products, and news. So video and content, if you click on this bit here, again, pretty simple. You can put videos on here that will appear on your exhibiting profile. You can also submit marketing content that will appear on there. So if you've got any sales brochures or any other brochures that you want to have visible to people when they click onto your profile, then this is where you upload them and they can be downloaded from your listing there. Next one is products. So if there's a particular product that you're promoting at the show, a particular promotion or something, then you can upload that here on this add product section. This is really actually useful because you do that through clicking on that plus sign there, and you can fill in the information. But from a buyer point of view, when they go to the exhibitor list, so I'm just going to click up at the top here to exhibitors, they'll be able to see not only the exhibitors like this, they can click on products and see what products are being promoted at the show, because that might be an easier way for them to kind of look at something that might be relevant to them. And they can also see what the news is going on at the show as well. So slow news day at the moment, we haven't got any, but as exhibitors start to populate that with press releases and news, that will go through to there. There is an approval process on the news, which I'll show you in a second. So it's not instantaneous as to when you upload it. But yes, the more information you get onto your profile, the better it will be in the eyes of a buyer. Just going on to that news part now. So again, clicking on this left menu, uploading. This is a test one. When you upload something, again, very simple, an obvious way to do it. You can tag it with what you want. When you upload it, you'll get a little notification saying that it's submitted for approval. You won't get like another notification saying it has been approved. As long as it's industry relevant, then it will be approved, industry and audience relevant. But this bit will just click, go to approved, and it will be green. If it is rejected, it will say rejected in red. But yes, more than likely it will be approved, but we just need to go through a bit of quality control before things are published up there on the site. So and then I suppose lastly on the adding to your profile is adding any events. So if you've got any particular stand activations, you've got some networking drinks that are happening, or you've got something a particular time that you want to invite people to, or you want known to the audience, you can do that through adding your events here. Again, same process, click on the add event part here, type of thing that it is, and then you can click through and populate all of that with pictures, etc. That will actually be used on our what's going on page on the website as well. So it'll be part of our promotion as a show, shouting about all of the fun things that people can do at the exhibition. So make sure if you're planning anything like that, that's updated, because it'll be more than likely promoted from us in one of our newsletters or something like that. So that is pretty simply updating everything that you need to update in the lead up to the show. to make sure that your profile and is looking good, and that your stand is on course for being delivered, and all of the information that you need for that to ensure that everything that you want to happen at the show can happen. The next part that's really important is registering your stand staff. So again, really simply, there's a link here, register your stand staff. If you click on that, it's not been linked here. So 1 second, just let me pull up another one that I can showcase you. 1 second, on one of our other shows. Because if we click on register stand staff here, sorry, it's just a tech profile on that one, so it's not been linked, but yours will be. It brings up the staff registration area of the platform. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You click on register yourself to register you as a staff member, and fill in your details. One of the really important things that you do need to see here, or need to take note of here, is obviously, if you're wanting people to have a diary, you can select whether they are going to be taking meetings at this point, and that will automatically feed back through to Expo Platform to have a diary open from them. The way that Expo Platform works is that meetings are associated to an individual, so it's really key to have the right people with the right permissions in terms of taking appointments. Another really key point on this is that obviously hosted buyers are getting access to the diaries on the 30th of April. So it's key that you have staff members within the platform able to take appointments from the 30th of April, because if there's no diary there, they're not going to be able to make those appointments. So even if it's not everyone, you've got people in there, you'll be able to change people around who are taking appointments in the lead up to the show. But just as a really key date, make sure you've got staff members, some of the staff members registered by that timeline on the 30th of April. So once you've filled all of that in, it will register you for a badge, and then you can go through the same process through your team members. So anyone that's exhibiting as your part of your company, you can add them all through this area here. Due to some feedback as well, a week before the show, you'll be able to actually mass print all of your staff badges at home if you wish to, or in the office, sorry. That's a new feature that we're introducing, so you can turn up on site with all the badges printed for people. There will obviously be badge printing facilities on the site itself, but the obviously queues gets pretty busy around times when it opens, so it's best to as much as you can pre-print those badges. So once you've registered everyone, they should appear as team members on this section here. So once you click onto that, you can see who is registered. Along the line, you'll be able to start managing their kind of permissions and everything here. But at this stage, that's all you need to worry about, that they're all added there. It's also worth noting, in terms of lead scanning, this isn't currently available to book the lead scanners at the moment. This will be available in the next couple of weeks, and that will be done through the exhibitor toolkit section here. It will be a new section here, which will just be titled lead scanning, and you'll be able to book this through there, so that you can make sure you gather as many leads at the exhibition as possible. Post-show, again, within this dashboard, there will be a download leads section that will appear, so you'll be able to download your leads post-show as well. And then that's largely it. A couple more points as well, though, just on this section here. If we go back to dashboard, there isn't any interactions here, but I'll show you on one of the other shows what that appears. When someone looks at your profile or favorites your profile, you will actually start to see lists of those buyers appear here. So it's a really good kind of warm lead starting point. So when you can start requesting meetings and messaging people, it's a really good starting point here. Again, I'll go into that in more detail when we do the other training session. But it's nice to see when people start to notice everything, and you can use that as a bit of a starting point. And then finally, if you're looking at booking accommodation, if you're not already one of the service providers for that area, you can do that through this link here. It just links you through to, sorry, I'll do it on this one. It just links you through to the website. We're working with Hotel Map for this year. Obviously it's not mandatory to do it through this process, but if you do need to do that at all, that can be done here, and obviously use the platform to do so. So lastly, just in terms of being able to update settings and everything, again, that can be found in this left-hand side. You can manage all of your notifications that you're getting here. You can change your password. So if you do need to simplify it or you want to change it, you can do so here. If you want to give your stand builders a time frame that they can access this, you can give them a password and then change it after a certain date so they no longer have access to the platform as well. And then finally, again, this will be more utilized when we go through the meeting aspect of this, but you can input some default meeting info here so that it pre-populates when you go to send a meeting request, and then you can edit it at the time. But that's just what this section is around here. Okay, so hopefully that is has been a useful walk through the actual system itself. I'll just have a look at if we've got any questions that haven't been answered in the chat. I believe a few of them have. So I think Sarah's going to respond to that question there around logging into the E-zone. So we'll get into that directly with you, Dragana. So yeah, Sarah will pick that up. Is there any other questions that anyone has around this process at the moment? Hopefully it is going to be a lot more simpler for you. Everything's in one place, so it should be very intuitive to where you need to fill in. If you do have any issues, as I said, please utilize the ticketing system, and we will get back to you in a really timely manner. It's really exciting we've implemented that this year, because I think it's going to really improve your experience. So if there's no other questions, I will let everyone else get on with their days. And if you do have anything, please send through afterwards. But thank you for joining. Thank you for your time. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 13th of May.